We can call it Spider-Man 3, but I
We'll
think
call it Spider-Man 3 for now.
yeah, we'll call it Spider-Man 3 for now, but I think
Yeah, yeah.
wait, okay, let's do this right now. Let's roll the dice. Okay, we had Spider-Man Homecoming,
Uh-huh.
Spider-Man Far From Home.
Uh-huh.
Based off of the fact that this is probably a Spider-Verse movie, what's going to be the next witty title for Spider-Man 3?
Home Alone.
No.
Spider-Man stuck at home, bro. It's 2020.
Oh, so we're
I
gonna.
hope they work in the quarantine.
Yeah.
In the MCU.
Oh,
I'm loving this. I'm loving this. So, did we start recording yet, or what's going on?
It should be recording. Let's see.
Oh snap! Okay.
So, did the dead squirrel story make the cut?
The audio did.
We'll
Nice.
find out. We'll find out in post.
Yeah.
I don't know where this episode
So
started.
if you guys want to hear the dead
but,
squirrel extra bonus audio, you gotta listen and wait until the end.
Oh Lord, I think. See, I'm still having an inception moment where, like, are we podcasting? Are we not?
We are
Is this just a
podcasting.
dream?
I just
We
made
are
sure.
podcasting, everyone. I hope.
We
I
are
hope you enjoyed our
live.
last
Welcome.
episode, the Mandalorian cast that we had. That was great. We teased. We were just like, yeah, we're gonna have a bonus episode because we love y'all and because apparently Disney loves us, and they just made it rain Star Wars and Disney news. We talked about the Star Wars stuff in our last episode. The link to it will be down below,
Very
and
nice.
yeah, we'll get into that. But before we get started, I'm Cris,
Yes.
and on my screen to the right of me is Kyle. We are your hosts of
For those of you guys who are watching the visual, the
Is-
guy
is
on the
it-
bottom
wait,
is
wait, wait.
Chris. The guy right here
Wait.
is me, and this is our new guest. That's Jeff right there. So
you just
what
pointed
up?
to me.
I'm here.
I'm having anxiety right now
I'll
because I
tell
feel
you-
like I'm gonna get the podcast name wrong.
do you want me to say it?
Hold on. Is it Podkast Hindsight?
With a K.
Yes. Welcome to Podkast Hindsight. I finally got it right.
You got it, finally. But yes, for those of you guys, and for Chris, just so you know, Chris, I'm like, you're right here to me. Let's touch fingers.
Hold on.
Reach up.
Hold on, like this?
Yeah.
Like
touch,
that?
Yeah, touch my finger. That's me.
Right
That's where
there?
I'm at. And then if you
Okay.
go that way a little bit, go that way. Other way.
Like that?
No, point straight up. Straight up. That's okay. Now, Jeff, you can point down a little bit, straight down, and he's right there, right below. You're pointing at his head.
Right here.
Your fingers
Okay.
are not touching,
Uh,
but yeah. And then
This is
for
such
me,
a
Chris
good-
is right here, so it's three of us. It's like
Got it.
It's like
Got it.
This is such
Okay.
a good intro. This is already the start of what I feel is probably our best podcast today.
Best.
How can you argue with an intro like that?
Yeah,
But yeah, that's our
three people.
yeah, we got three
Whoa!
people. We got our boy Jeff. Jeff, how are you doing today, man?
And also,
I'm great.
where can you find your social medias and stuff so people can follow you?
I'm on Jeffersaurus. Under like I'm under Jeffersaurus on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.
Links
Tic
below.
Tac.
Links below, right, Chris?
Links
Yeah,
below,
links below. Dog, always links below. Like you don't understand where this is 2020. This is the end of 2020, dog. Nobody like
Oh my God.
needs to be like, hey, check out my Instagram. It's blah blah blah. No, dude, just links below.
Links in the
Links
description
below.
below.
Dog. Links in the
Right
description.
above
Buy
you
my
guys'
mixtape.
comments.
Based off of the preview JPEG and the title of this podcast, but like that's what this is actually about.
Right. Oh yeah.
Um,
What are we talking
Yeah. Let's talk about what people actually click through for. But let us know what you thought about that wild intro in the comments. We are gonna talk about the juicy, tasty Marvel news that has been dropped. There's a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, we had the announcements from the Disney investors meeting, which we are going to touch upon in the second part of this show, the second half of the show. But the first half of this show is dedicated to something that all three of us are extremely fucking fond of. And we're just going to dive into it. Spider-Verse, the movie. We can call it Spider-Man 3, but I think...
We'll call it Spider-Man 3 for now.
Yeah, we'll call it Spider-Man 3 for now, but I think it's
Yeah.
wait, okay, let's do this right now. Let's roll the dice. Okay, we had Spider-Man Homecoming,
Uh-huh.
Spider-Man Far From Home.
Uh-huh.
Based off of the fact that this is probably a Spider-Verse movie, what's going to be the next witty title for Spider-Man 3?
Home Alone.
Spider-Man, dude, where's my home?
Where's my home? Home is jail.
Spider-Man. Home is where the heart is.
Home is where, yeah.
Home is where the heart is. But yeah, we had some. Okay, so first of all, these have been rumors for the longest of time,
Spider-Man
and people have been losing. Yeah, home is where the heart is. And people have been losing it. Homestuck?
Ew. No.
Spider-Man stuck at home, bro. It's 2020.
So we're gonna.
I hope they work in the quarantine.
Yeah.
In the MCU.
I'm loving this. I'm loving this. So this is what's happening. Spider-Man got announced. Not a whole lot was said about it, and then over the course of the last few months, there were a lot of rumors about Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield being signed on. And now, and this is where the clusterfuck of news begins. We actually have reputable sources this time, which is great. But I read it on IGN. The first big announcement was it's Alfred Molina, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Alfred Molina was returning to reprise his role as Doc Ock. And this is big news.
Big.
We originally, so we first heard Jamie Foxx coming back as Electro.
Right.
Which was pretty big. And
highly rumorized until...
Yeah, it was rumorized, and then he confirmed it. And did you guys see the original post he made when that was confirmed?
What did he do?
So this is why I think the rumors started, and I can certainly say next movie is going to be Spider-Verse. His original post, and it looked like an official poster, his original post was him announcing that he was going to reprise his role as Electro, and it was a poster with him, Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire. His caption was "So great to be a part of it." Yeah, Spider-Verse movie. And then you can look, if you want, Jeff, look it up on your phone right now. Like it's there. Like they have the saved tweet. You can't zoom in on the fucking picture, which is weird. It's all low quality, but like they have the saved Instagram post. And man, like I feel like somebody in PR was just like, delete that shit, delete it. Nobody's supposed to know about that yet. But
I thought that was fan art.
No, that he I thought it was fan art too, but it's from his official account.
I'm pretty sure it's fan art. I'm pretty sure
it's true, but don't you think it's bold? It's bold to announce your role and use fan art to be like, it's Spider-Verse the movie. Like
I get high and do stupid shit too, bro.
That's true. But yeah, we had Jamie Foxx. We have Alfred Molina that's currently reprising his role. And when that news dropped, the first official bit of news that got tacked to that, and it's looking like that is confirmed, is that Toby, your boy Toby is coming back. Your boy Tobey Maguire is coming back as Spider-Man.
Right now, right?
Yeah, and he's what?
He's in talks. Like they're currently talking about getting him back.
I think so. The last thing I heard was with him, it's official. And what was weird, so now here's where the into the article verse happens, is all of these are from like official sources, IGN, Hollywood Insider, a bunch of different things like that. Each one of those websites has conflicting reports. All of them say Toby. All of them say Alfred Molina, Toby for sure. One article said Toby was coming back, and then they said Emma Stone was coming back as well.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Then another article said Toby's coming back, and Kristen Dunst is coming back as Mary Jane.
That when I see it.
Then another article showed up and said that Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone is coming. As you can see, like every article confirmed Alfred Molina, but every legit news source has been conflicted with who else is coming back alongside with it. But with all of that being said, boys, let's start this off. What we think about it, where we think go. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we'll tack this on at the end too. Apparently, Charlie Cox is coming back as Daredevil, and apparently they're sandwiching him into this movie as well. But that's what's laid
Ryan
out there.
Reynolds is in it too.
That I would actually will. Yeah, that I could actually. But let's get started. Kyle, general thoughts.
No. I want our guest to go first. I want Jeff to go.
You want our guest to go first? Jeff? All right, I've been overridden, Jeff. Okay. Let's hear Jeff.
Man, it's all the announcements right now are just like insane. Like I don't know if it's gonna equal a better movie, but like even now, like hearing all these like cast, like these cast like rumors and confirmations, fuck, like it's so exciting, dude. Like this is like we've been wanting this since like at least when Spider-Verse came out, maybe even earlier than that. But like it also like on the other coin, it's like it almost seems like they're scared of Tom Holland standing on his own. Like ever since the first movie, like he always had to be with Tony Stark. Second movie, he had to be with who was it again? Mysterio.
Maybe this is his chance to
And
learn
apparently,
from other Spider-Men.
What's that?
Doctor Strange is supposed to be his next big mentor.
Yeah. Like I hope this doesn't take away the fact that it's still a Tom Holland MCU movie. I hope it's still a good standalone like MCU movie. Like
Yeah.
regardless of all these cameos or
Yeah.
even guest appearances, if they're more than cameos.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't rely too heavily on it. I would like to see him learn from the other Spider-Man and be like, okay, now I don't need some big role model. Maybe he now can take the mantle as full-on big boy Spidey, and we'll start seeing Miles Morales soon. Because the snap happened, right? And then they're back, so Miles is older. Because he probably didn't get snapped. You know what I'm saying? So Miles is like 5 years older now. He's about ready to be bit by his own spood, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so it's funny. I had this conversation with my buddy Mondo, and we know Miles was in the universe. Donald Glover. We know he is the Prowler.
He is.
And in that scene, he was like, "Yeah, I got a nephew your age," and he has that quote right there. So Kyle just said it, dog. Miles is there. Who's to say he didn't survive the snap? And he's at that age now. He's matched up where he can legitimately be the next Spider-Man. Yeah, he's close to that right there. So
at least I think.
I agree with you.
I could be wrong.
Is he older than Tom Holland then?
No, because he's like, I got a young nephew. I was at that point, like, I think he was. I don't think he was. Because. Wait, who are you talking about? What actor?
Would Miles Morales be older than Tom Holland Spider-Man?
No. Because he's more than 5 years old. So technically, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's weird. Their timeline's different than the comics and stuff. So
yeah.
And that's
working on different.
At the same age-ish, probably.
Around the same age, which is interesting for sure. But
What year is Tom Holland in high school currently? Is he in his third year or second year of high school?
He's a senior now. He just is he graduating?
Yeah, he's a senior. I believe he's in his senior year. So if Miles, these are my thoughts on it. So he's almost 18, we can say, and depending on what happens in Spider-Man, he could become 19, even 20. And at that point, it would be realistic that Miles would be, and we don't know if they're going to keep the same age where it's like Peter was older, Miles was younger, but Miles could be around 16 now. And he is at that age for that gap to be close to getting bitten by the spider and then, Pete taking the mantle. But Kyle, I feel like you were about to say something about Andrew Garfield. Was I wrong?
Andrew Garfield specifically?
I don't know. I feel like you mentioned Andrew Garfield. I could be wrong. I thought I heard you say that.
I don't think so.
Nah, all right, we good.
I'd love to see all of them on screen again. I'd love to see how they kind of take all the leftovers from each movie, kind of smash them together and make something fine, cool, great. I don't mind that the Sinister Six doesn't all happen in one universe, because the Sinister Six would fucking rule everything if they all existed in one universe. The fact that Venom is all the way in New York in this in the Tobey Maguire series, technically, I think that's where the Sony Venom universe takes place. To be able to bring that in too, and he's all the way in California. That Venom is all the way in California in that movie. I think I said New York. I meant California. He's across he's across the country, and so not only do we have different timelines and different all that stuff, we all have different locations and where they've based these characters out of. So I'm curious to see mostly how they bring things together. I know that I've wanted the Spider-Verse since the Spider-Verse comics came out. I started to get sick of the Spider-Man reruns, and then I started to love them again. And then, it's going to be interesting. They've done a really good job, especially with these directors, on tying things together. They've saved Star Wars. They've saved all kinds of Marvel stuff that, that could have gone wrong. So I have the highest faith that it's going to happen. And dude, even if it's like just for the fans, we're gonna love it. It's Spider-Man.
Mhm.
There's no more debate on who's the best Spider-Man because they're all in the same like movie.
Yeah.
It's like, there you go, bro. They're all
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Get the fuck over it. You know what I mean? And me, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I know we all are. So it's like, I'd love to see it where they all have a type of Spider-Verse moment where it's like, yeah, no, we're all Spider-Man. We all have our own stories. We all have our own thing. You know, we're a little bit different, but we're all Spider-Man. So.
Yeah, I hope the
I like
moment
that.
is
I like
fleeting.
that. So-
I hope like the moments, the cameos aren't fleeting. I hope it isn't just like a peek into each universe.
Mhm.
I want it to be bigger than that.
I
But,
like how you said that. So here's, I want to get into that in a second because I got some cool ideas based on it. But because we're gonna go into Doctor Strange 2 in a second, just because it works really well with everything going on. So right now, we have all these announcements and things going on. I forgot to mention, so Michael Keaton was seen on set. It wasn't Venom 2. I made a mistake. It was in the Morbius film. And it's looking like Morbius might be taking place in the same universe because if I remember correctly, there was a poster that said like Spider-Man was wanted or murder was spray paint on it. So there's a lot of weird things going on in play. You have the Venom movies that are happening, and God, I don't know if it was at the end credits of Venom or where it happened, but there was one point in the Venom movie where it was acknowledged that universe is a bigger picture of it. I can't remember how it happened. I believe, yes, it was post-credits. That's when they did the Into the Spider-Verse trailer. So after the credits rolled, it said, meanwhile, in another universe, and they introduced. So they're acknowledging the fact that a lot of these different things can connect. Like Sony truly is building its own Spider-Verse right here. But going back to Spider-Man 3 now. So I think we're going to see all of these. My idea is this. We're going to see all these people in their universes as time has passed. Toby's going to be because you can't. One of my friends is just like, yeah, what if he goes back into particular instances of time and he's going to see what they were doing with Spider-Man. I know that's a decent theory, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think Toby's going to come back as the grandfather, the way older, rugged Spider-Man who's just if anything, he's probably going to be, it's all fucking speculation, but he might be in his 60s or something like that. He's going to be the older grizzled one. I think Andrew Garfield is going to be the closer one and around his 30s or 40s because you have the gaps. Because remember, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man series came out after Tobey's Spider-Man series. So this is all just me speculating. So it's Tobey was the first one. He's been aging. Andrew happened. He's aging. Tom Holland's the youngest one. So you have the older brother and older brother. I don't know. That's just my whole vibe by it. So what's going to happen is essentially he's going to get to go through these universes, or they're going to come into his universe, and they're all going to work together. And the reason why I think they're going to work together, Kyle, you mentioned it, how if Sinister Six was in one universe, it'd be too powerful.
Yeah.
Why not have all of them come in from different universes? So here's where we're gonna have some fun. So we have Vulture. We have Vulture already in Tom Holland's Spider-Man universe, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We have I almost called him Mephisto. We have Mysterio, who's dead in Parker's universe, but who's to say there's not another Mysterio out there in the multiverse?
Well, he also knew about the multiverse too.
Yeah, and he also knew about the multiverse. Then you have at the end of, I believe it was the end of the first Spider-Man when Michael Keaton's character goes to prison, Scorpion was in there. One of the guys in there was Scorpion. You have, so we already mentioned 3, Vulture, Mysterio, Scorpion. Then you have...
Wait, Shocker's there too.
Yeah, Shocker was there too, so that's another one. Then you have Electro coming in from... Jamie Foxx. Now here's the fun one. Doc Ock. One of my friends says, okay, remember that big explosion? What if he that just rippled him into another universe?
Yeah.
That'd be a fun thing to play with, but the thing about is, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, he had a change of heart at the end of that movie, right? He was just no, I want to save everybody. So that can't be the one that's joining Sinister Six. Maybe this is the Doc Ock. Remember, we didn't see a Doc Ock, correct me if I'm wrong, we didn't see a Doc Ock in Andrew Garfield's Spider-Verse, right? We didn't see a Doc Ock ever.
We saw the gadget. We saw the machinery for it.
Yeah, we saw the teaser at the end for the potential Sinister Six. So he could still exist in that universe. That could be the one that comes in. That could be the threat that, you know, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is trying to like work with. I think if we're really leading into a Spider-Verse movie, if there's going to be Spider-Man all together on the screen, we know Sony's going to want to milk that screen time because the fans are expecting a lot of interaction between the two of them. The fans are not expecting quick glances where it's like, oh, here's Andrew Garfield for like 2 to 5 minutes and it's done. Here's Tobey Maguire for 2 to 5 minutes. No.
I'm just
Go
saying,
ahead, Kyle.
We might even see Emma Stone as Spider-Gwen live action. Like, we could see those sorts of things too, and that's something to actually consider because we're thinking about this as like these 3 movies, these 3 actors, the roles we know them as, but maybe, just maybe, they could be pulling Emma Stone in as Gwen from her universe, and she's Spider-Gwen. So then you have her like the Spider-Gwen from the movie. You know, you could use Emma Stone as a live action for that. Why not? Yeah. Right? You could do it with Spider-Man. Why not do it with Spider-Gwen? Yeah. Why not bring Miles in? Now we have spiders all over the fucking place. And anyways, you don't.
I want Japanese Spider-Man.
I would love to see
Spider-Man.
Give me Spider-Man.
And then, you know, it's very, very likely that we could see Nick Cage or maybe even Tobey Maguire doing like, you know, Spider-Man Noir because he's older, because he's more grizzled. You know what I mean? But we don't know.
I think Nick Cage 100% should reprise his role live action. He has to be.
That would be sick. But more importantly, at the end there, you know that Spider-Man himself, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, right? This is the one who's now wanted for murder, basically, because of what Mysterio set up. You know, Peter Parker. I saw this in an old Batman comic where Robin, I think it was Robin, where his he was found out that Dick Grayson was Robin, and he had to prove that he wasn't. So he had another acrobat, like go around as Robin, while Robin was obviously being like shown in the public. So say this multiverse event happens, so perfect timing with this necessity to prove that Tom Holland's Peter Parker isn't a murderer. No way to prove it, and that he's not Spider-Man at least. So he has one of the other Spider-Man pose as him, or Miles does it.
I was going somewhere else with the Peter Parker thing, but
let's hear it, dog. Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
This is what this discussion is for now, bro.
I was thinking that, like, I thought that the other 2 Spider-Men were going to go to Tom Holland's verse to go like, yo, everyone knows we're one and the same. Peter Parker is Spider-Man, all because of what you fucked up with.
Yeah. All because you fucked up.
Material.
It's all your fault. Like, just to add more to poor fucking Tom Holland's plate, that young Peter Parker. It's like, not only are you wanted for murder, not only has your identity been revealed, but you fucked up our identities in our universes too. That's so fucked. So, man, all right. Kind of have speculation of like what the villain, the existential threat could be. We're kind of just like sitting here. Yeah, she could come back as Gwen. I think Tobey Maguire, they're going to make him an older, grizzled Spider-Man. He's going to have seen some shit, man. That's going to be it. I think he's going to be the darkest out of the 3 for some reason. Because there's been comics about Spider-Man in his old age. One of the most recent one was Spider-Man Through the Years, which is great if you haven't read that. But by the end of that one, like
which one are you talking about?
Spider-Man Through the Years, where they go through actual real time.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Have you read that yet? Yeah, you read that? Yeah,
the ending of it. I haven't read that one. I've seen it.
So I won't spoil it. But the ending, let's just say it's Parker luck, man. Spider-Man has to always deal with a lot of shit, and the way that older Spider-Man has to deal with a lot of shit, it's just tough. But I could see him coming back as the grizzled one. I could see
Rosemary Harris is still alive. I want her to play Madam Web.
Yes. I could see Andrew Garfield's. I don't know. Toby has Mary Jane. Like, she's still alive in the other universe. His stuff's going good. I could see Andrew's Spider-Man being like really torn, really like heartbroken. And then when you see Emma Watson come back, or Emma Stone, I'm sorry, come back as like Gwen or something. He's like, oh my God, you're alive. But it's like, no, it's not really me, and you're dead in my universe. Like that whole realization.
From the
like we could see that happening.
Yeah.
Who's to say too that like Remember, who does Peter Parker move on to after Gwen? Mary
Oh.
Jane. Who's to say that like Kristen Dunst comes back and she's like Mary Jane for Andrew Garfield? You feel me? Like, there's a lot of crazy twists and turns
so
you could
weird.
really
Yeah,
take. Yeah, because like think about it, we still don't know if Alfred Molina's Doc Ock is going to be the one that died at the end of Spider-Man 2 or one from a completely different universe. That's like it's wild. There's a lot to play with. There's a lot of cool speculation. I don't know how we're gonna go through this. We're gonna jump into our next part of this really quick. But hey, guys, any more thoughts, theories, speculations you got for this one?
Hey, let's
The
not
one
forget
side
that
character.
Oh, go for it.
Oh, okay, but real quick, the one side character I absolutely need in this movie, I want Mr. Ditkovich to ask everyone for rent.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, the rent first.
Yes.
He is a good play.
Why did I do that?
Yeah, that'd be good. Or what if there's 3 of him, one for each universe, and they all ask for rent? That'd be funny. All right. So the next cameo, apparently, there's only one reason why I partially believe it, and I don't think it's the way people think it's gonna be. But so Charlie Cox apparently is supposed to be coming back as Daredevil, and that's supposed to happen in the Spider-Man 3.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't think he's showing up as Daredevil. Somebody posted this online as like a fan theory, and once again, like I love to read into theories and stuff like this, and I think that might be the winner right there. But Peter Parker's gonna like, let's say the other Spider-Man don't clear his name out, like it just doesn't work. Peter Parker's gonna need a really good lawyer to try and like clear his name and all of that. So who do we know that's a good lawyer in Marvel history? Matt Murdock.
That's a good point.
I think I could see it either in the middle of the movie. I could see it as a post-credit scene, but Peter Parker's going to be like standing the trial, and they're going to be like, "Oh yeah, present your attorney," and it's going to be Charlie Cox's.
Yeah,
and that opens up a lot of gates because I think the most important thing is, and we never saw it in. I could be wrong, but we never saw it in either. Did we see a Kingpin in Andrew Garfield's universe?
No, but we did see
so yeah.
the Kingpin of the movie, played by what's his name?
Michael Clark Duncan, right?
Michael Clark
Duncan.
Yeah.
His Kingpin. And then
Yeah.
we got the Kingpin from this TV series as well. So we
Daredevil,
have 2 multiverse Kingpins. Now, if you watch Spider-Verse, the animated movie, and you focus on Kingpin, right, and you focus on the animated Spider-Verse with Miles Morales, just kind of going back a little bit about what we know. I know I'm going back to Spider. I'm so sorry.
No, you're okay, dog. This is a good one.
Still talking about multiverses because of all of this. We could have either of these actors or either of these portrayals of these actors coming in, because we got to see little snippets during Spider-Verse of those the families,
those other Kingpins,
those other Kingpins showed up in Spider-Verse on the train. Whenever all the glitching was happening, we had an African American one that was an alludement to.
They did?
Yes, they did. Towards that Kingpin. It's so cool. And then they had a couple of others too. Even, dude, it was crazy. It was very, very cool. So the possibility of seeing Michael Clark Duncan back on scene, or what's up?
As
Michael Clark.
Spider-Verse fan, I can confirm that an African American version appeared.
Yes.
Yes. That was Ash, by the way.
Secret jump in appearance. She also did the thumbnail for.
Yeah, I love that thumbnail so much. That was a tasty treat. You're gonna see it. You see it eventually, Jeff. So yeah, I like that idea. I personally would love to see. God, I forgot the name of the actor from Daredevil. I would like to see his Kingpin show up just because he already has that established relationship with Matt Murdock, with that whole drama that's unfolding right there. But what do you guys think? You think that might be the most realistic way if they include Daredevil to bring him into Spider-Man 3?
Yeah, I'd say to include Kingpin. Yeah, but he's not really part of the Sinister Six either, so it's a possibility they might not do that yet.
Well, they could. So if this was like a post-credit scene, they could use that to introduce him eventually too. Because I don't know if people realize this. Like Wilson Fisk is a really big villain.
Oh yeah,
for Spider-Man, he's very important. Yeah. And I feel like all the movies haven't really focused very much on that. They focused on like the other ones going on.
In the 90s cartoon, was Kingpin not involved in some way?
Oh, he was.
No, Kingpin was involved in the 90s cartoon.
No, but for Sinister Six, was he not like a benefactor at least for Sinister Six?
Yeah, so he's kind of the one pulling the strings a lot. I don't really remember all that much, but I actually have a couple of the Like the vintage is right here.
on DVD.
Oh, very nice.
And so yeah, these are the newer ones. Goodbye. I'll pick that up. Later.
Kyle bought me. I'm not mad. I'm just curious. He bought me one for my birthday. Why did you buy me Gwen Stacy out of all of them?
To go with your Spider-Man and your because it has an MJ head, and you could display her with Craven and Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's true. I forgot. Boaz got me that Craven Last Hunt set.
And
I want to get stands before I display them. For now, they're going on the wall, but I want nice stands to like pose them and shit to look good.
Did you read it?
That's my like goal. No, I'm gonna get ready. I have too many comics to read. I have 100 issues of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to get through. I've only gone through like 20, so I got a lot of reading in that, and then I gotta read Craven's Last Hunt.
With the newest run, like with the 5th turtle, or
I'm talking about the IDW run from 2011.
Yeah, okay.
It started in 2011, and now it's like, yeah. But anyways, yeah. So, yeah, that I think is our introduction to Daredevil. Now, the last thing we want to touch upon, and we'll try and make this quick. Kyle, how are we on time, man?
We're doing pretty good. So far, we're at about, sorry, give me a second.
30 minutes, right?
We're looking at about 30 minutes exactly. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
I'm also
cool.
currently uploading the one that we just. I'm rendering the one we just filmed, so I'm like trying to be quick about it.
I just wanted to make sure, like, I didn't want us to be like at the hour mark right now with all the Spider-Verse shit we've been doing. All right, we're good.
We should start now. So let's talk about some TV shows.
The movie. Hold on. We gotta wait. This is the last thing, Kyle. Last thing. Multiverse to Madness. We can't not include this. So. I think Multiverse Madness is where we're actually going to first catch glimpses of the other Spider-Men.
Yeah.
And I think something that, like, I think when those portals and various universes are opened, I think that might be what opens the gateway, possibly for those other Spider-Man villains to get dragged into Tom Holland's universe, possibly for the Sinister Six to get dragged into that. And the reason why I wanted to bring that up is because this is the last thing I want to end on is Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds is supposed to make an appearance in like this isn't speculation or bullshit anymore. This is confirmed. Ryan Reynolds. Dude, that was the first thing that popped on the internet, bro. I swear to God, the last article I read is Ryan Reynolds is showing up as Deadpool in Doctor Strange 2.
It's still a rumor.
Yeah,
but still,
is it?
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Hold on.
Hey, comment below if you think it's still a rumor. If you think we're gonna see that actually happen. Team Red.
I'm seeing rumor. The word rumor is still here.
Don't believe it.
But
Don't
still.
believe the word rumor. It's fact. Yeah, just say it.
All right.
Put it out.
Let's say he does. Let's say he does.
See, if it is a rumor. Oh yeah, it looks like it is a rumor. The last thing I saw, I could have swore it was like a real one. But what's funny is if you look up the credits on Google, I think this is still up right now. Hold on. Doctor Strange 2 cast. Let's see. Yeah, if you look up the actual credits for Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse cast right now, you see Tom Hiddleston is Loki listed. You see Ryan Reynolds, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire. Now, based off of the information we're getting for Spider-Man 3, this is why I feel like Andrew and Tobey might actually be in there. And the reason why I say Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool could show up in there, remember, this is the conclusion of WandaVerse. Wanda's already fucked up everything in the TV show in January. We're going to see what happens. It leads into the multiverse of madness right here.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Wanda and her crisis when she fucking fucked with reality in the comics? That was House of M. That's where she got rid of mutant. And then after everything, she brought them back. The only mutant now that's in the MCU, like Disney already said Deadpool they're going to work on. I don't know if it's going to be MCU yet, but it makes sense to have it be. The only current mutant in the MCU is Deadpool. Yeah. His universe, if they drag him in...
They actually have, sorry, real quick to interrupt.
No, do it.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead. They have Cyclops. They've actually shown some of the other, or they showed in the
not in the MCU, not in the MCU.
But if this Ryan Reynolds Deadpool is still that Deadpool, then it's
that's where I was trying to go. Go for it.
Then it's still his universe where like you have Juggernaut and you have there's definitely other mutants, but like remember, the studio can only afford a few mutants, you know.
Yeah. So where I was going with that is that since obviously Deadpool 3 would probably be an MCU movie, they're dragging him in, that sort of thing. If he shows up in Strange, to drag him in. if mutants come into play, he can be one of the biggest catalysts. Because if they're, let's say the portal's open and they drag Wade out of his universe, yes, that's how I'll just say we saw Negasonic, Teenage Warhead, we saw Colossus. Obviously, in that room, we saw what I want to say is the full cast of all the Fox X-Men movies. Right?
I want to reboot.
Yeah.
It's just X-Men. Please don't.
Oh,
Well, no,
X-Men.
I'm just saying, bringing him in could
Right.
drag mutants in because he's a mutant.
So
You feel me?
So could WandaVision. Will also be a very
Yeah.
good opportunity. And
Yeah.
now I don't know how many people are going to watch this, so I'm going to say something.
Do it.
Expect mutants, my friends.
Yeah, I think we're gonna they were
Expect
quiet.
mutants, my friends.
They were quiet about it in the announcements, but I think they're hiding X-Men in WandaVision.
Here's one that I know was not a rumor, but like Evan Peters is showing up, and he played Quicksilver in X-Men.
Right. Yeah.
That's not the Pietro from Age of Ultron.
Bruh,
That's not who I'm talking about, but I'm not allowed to say anything.
What the fuck are you
why
talking
are you not allowed to say anything, dog? What's
Because
going on?
Because I signed an NDA, but you guys are going to see somebody really, really, really good. And-
You do realize just saying
Uh-uh.
that there's gonna be mutants in it, doesn't that break your
No, there's
NDA?
already mutants. I've never said anything. That's you said that. I'm just saying that there's already mutants. Nothing.
Okay.
I'm very confused. But that's fine. That's fine. Let's not say anything else. I don't want to get you in trouble. I don't want our podcast to get a cease and desist.
I'm so excited.
But
and when it comes out, I can't wait to fucking just like talk
here's
about it.
here's something
Is
though,
it
Jeff.
one appearance or is it like multiple? Can you say that?
I can't. I don't even know that, but I just know like what's
Okay.
like something that's gonna.
Okay, so going back to shit that doesn't involve an NDA that we won't get in trouble with. So you said Quicksilver from the X-Men movies is supposed to be making an appearance in WandaVision?
The actor is, but is he playing Quicksilver? We don't know.
It could be.
We don't know, but
Yeah.
so here's a crazy thing. Remember when Wanda has her like meltdown? She's like wishing for things to be different, wanting things back. While she's heartbroken over Vision, I think we keep forgetting that she fucking saw her brother get shot in the very first MCU movie she was in with him.
Bro, her
So
whole life is so
she
sad.
could be trying. Yeah, she could be trying to wish him back in. She could jump into the universe where that Quicksilver exists, and that's how she brings him back. Like, yeah, that's wild. But I think Multiverse of Madness is going to be the key to dragging Spider-Verse in, to bringing all of those characters in, to possibly bringing Deadpool and all that shit in. Like, it's gonna be wild. But yeah, that was the last thing I just wanted to get off my chest for like.
I love
Multiverse of
X-Men.
Madness stuff.
I can't fucking wait. I can't wait. That's all.
All right. So now, as Kyle mentioned, we had a bunch of TV shows dropped. I'm gonna see if I can pull up the like grid
Let's go through
of
them.
all of this stuff that was announced because I don't want to.
Let's let everybody know what was announced real quick before we start talking
Yeah.
about anything, because there's a lot, and like.
That's why I was trying to find the fucking
yeah.
list,
And
man.
about
I have
only
one
4
right here.
trailers were dropped, right?
Dude, trailers were dropped. Yep. I do.
Yeah,
have,
like I just
all-
saw the 4.
Well, everything that was announced, Chris, I have it up.
You have it up? Okay,
Yeah.
good. To start, just run through all of them.
I'm gonna go through them real quick. So we already know a couple of these. There's Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings, Falcon Winter Soldier. We got Blade coming. We got Spider-Man 3. We don't really know if that's gonna be the name of it. There's Multiverse of Madness, Eternals, Loki, and Loki had a trailer. WandaVision had a trailer. There's gonna be What Ifs coming out. Quantumania, which is the next Wasp and Ant-Man movie. Captain Marvel 2. Secret Invasion, the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, Black Widow, not another, but we're gonna get Black Widow eventually, right?
Finally.
I know, right? Ironheart, Riri Williams. I'm so fucking excited about that. Fantastic Four, yes. Armor Wars. We were gonna get Armor Wars, which is gonna be around Rhodes. We got.
I have questions about that one.
Yeah. I Am Groot. Black Panther. Another Black Panther movie. Moon Knight, Hawkeye, She-Hulk, and Ms. Marvel, and Thor: Love and Thunder. That's everything that I believe was announced. A lot of questions. You guys go for it.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff was actually already announced before. I think they just made
I'm just telling
with
you
Love and Thunder, Christian Bale is got announced as being cast. I thought that was really
But as
cool.
what, though?
I forgot the name of the character.
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
It's not.
We don't know.
I don't know.
Oh shit.
I don't think I know. I don't
I don't know. So
all those movies and TV shows are all going to be 4 and 5.
Yeah. What?
Phase 4 and 5.
I believe Phase 4 and 5. Yeah. With
Is Phase
So
4 what we're in right now?
I don't know what. Yeah, I think we're in Phase 4, but none of it makes sense because they delayed so much of their fucking like releases. Like, this is just my personal opinion. I am really sick that I have to wait till I forgot what month in 2022 to see Doctor Strange. It's
better than,
just release that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into personal beliefs of Disney
won't
and
make
money
as
and all
much
that
money.
shit, but just release them.
Yeah.
Just release them on Disney Plus, dog.
Well-
Just fucking release them on Disney Plus. Cause man, by the time we see so much of this next phase of the MCU unfold, like,
See, I don't think.
fuck, man, we're gonna be here in another 10 years, and Phase 4 is gonna barely finish.
I don't think.
Barely finish when Phase 5 should already be like halfway through.
I don't think Disney
I'm gonna
Plus
be 40.
makes enough money to actually pay some of the actors that they have, so they have to release them as movies when they can. Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of a big part of it. Not just the actors, but the
Yeah.
editors and the writers.
But think about too, like all the announcements they dropped for Disney Plus. You feel me? Anyways,
Right,
that's
right.
going off.
Yeah.
I feel you. So
What are you
getting
guys?
back to
What
the big
personally,
picture.
out of all
Yeah.
of them, what are you most excited about? Both of you guys. I want to hear. Jeff. Well, let me know what you think, and then Chris, I want to know what
Yeah.
you're most excited about, bro.
Because it's happening so close, and I've seen enough that I'm hyped for it already. Yeah, WandaVision for sure.
Oh yeah.
But also WandaVision for sure, but also that Winter Soldier and Falcon trailer,
Yes.
that looked like a movie. That was insane. Yeah.
Well, everybody expected Captain America to just hand the mantle over. This is like a whole series about who will be like, kind of like who's gonna be the next Captain America. What are they gonna go with? So.
And if the production value is like that through the whole show, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's like premium TV. That's like
Yeah, quality.
Damn.
That Captain America or that Bucky looks better than the Buckys we've seen so far. I think.
for sure. Yeah.
That arm.
Miss Marvel's bit of trailer was pretty cool too. Not enough info yet though.
They're what?
Yeah. Miss Marvel's trailer, like a little bit of the sneak preview that they played yesterday.
Oh, I didn't get it. I didn't get to see that. I guess I missed it. Shit.
Not enough info, but it looked good.
Miss
For
Marvel.
me, like I kind of passed on the like, because there's a lot of stuff that we already knew was coming. There's just like very little more info dropped about it, and maybe vague trailers. I think for me, if I'm being honest, the two biggest things, and I'll get into it when we start talking about like ideas for the next phase, but the two biggest things for me are Secret Invasion and the Fantastic Four series,
Fantastic
and that's
Four.
because the two of them can go hand in hand easily.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Go ahead, keep going. Tell me more. Why Fantastic Four? Let me know. Hello, Jeep. Oh, I can't say that on can't say that on this podcast anymore. We found out that that's not a word that everybody's happy about.
By the way,
What word?
Jeff,
so-
are you seeing this? Let's not get into it
No,
right now. Jeff.
we'll let Jeff know real quick, and we'll let the viewers know in case anybody got upset. So
Yeah,
apparently,
that's
the word gypsy is not always a taken lightly and stuff.
Yeah.
But it is it's an inside joke that we're gonna try not to use while we're
Yeah,
doing
we
the
won't use
podcast.
that.
Okay.
So sometimes it
Yeah.
might accidentally come out, but
Yeah.
I love his mom and I like to mess with her, and that's just what we do with each other. So.
Yeah. By the way, Jeff, is Kyle's camera looking wigged out for you on your screen?
It is not.
Yeah.
As
Okay,
in-
mine he has like a giant gray background and like he's slightly pixelated.
No, not
Yeah,
definitely.
okay, it's just my end. That's good then.
So
we'll
why
see in the
Fantastic
recording.
Four?
every
Tell
second.
me. No, the recording's fine.
Okay, so everything going on with the phases, blah blah blah, mutants, that sort of thing. So the biggest reason why Fantastic Four and Secret Invasion are important to me. So
Ooh.
Quantumania is going to have Kang as the main villain, and I mentioned before how I thought he was going to be a big main villain for the MCU, and that's going to play out in all of that, which is cool. You know, we have the quantum realm opening up, we have time travel opening up, and Kang is a really big villain that could easily be focused on. Strange is fucking with the multiverse, you know, there's all of that shit going on. And there's, so many people are focused on the quantum realm, time hopping, and then the multiverse being opened up. But one thing that people are sleeping on, in my opinion, is the Skrulls. And, just to sum up, Skrull Invasion was one of my favorite comic book events. We saw Skrulls introduced in Captain Marvel. We saw at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home that both Nick Fury and Maria Hill are Skrulls, and they've been Maria Hill, I don't know, but Nick Fury has been a Skrull since Age of Ultron because of the toast. I won't get into it, but yeah. And the Skrull, essentially, when in the invasion peaks, they've been around for a long time. They've taken the roles of like some high-profile people. They are in the general population now. Like everything, like they're building up. So by now there's an army available on Earth, and Nick Fury is close to one of the Skrulls from Captain Marvel. There's a whole, obviously, amount of Skrulls right now, and that's what I was worried about at first. I was like, wow, the Skrulls look like good guys. Yeah. Like Captain Marvel painted them as good guys, everything's good. But then we forget there was a Skrull at the start of Captain Marvel that ran off, that was pissed, and there's probably other Skrulls that don't like us very much. So Nick Fury is out fighting this secret invasion. Nick Fury knows who's really Skrulls, who aren't Skrulls, because that's Nick Fury, dog. He's doing his thing, and the general population doesn't know anything about Skrulls.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I'm excited about this, and the reason why I'm excited for Fantastic Four has been announced. It's a TV series, and one of the big villains of Fantastic Four, and I think this might be who their first villain is, because it's too early for Galactus. It's way too fucking early for Galactus. They can't. Yeah, I don't see Galactus being introduced just yet. Now,
Fantastic Four is a movie.
Are you sure? Because I was reading it's a TV show.
Directed by John Watts, same director as Spider-Man.
Hold on.
I'm kind of
Are you
worried about
positive?
that.
Because the last thing... Oh, I guess it is a movie.
Whoa.
Why did I read it was a TV show? Anyways, it's a movie. All right, so it's a movie, so we know what's going to happen. Now, one of the villains the Fantastic Four faces against is Super Skrull. So Skrull are already there. There's a secret invasion happening. The Skrull could finally show up, and Super Skrull could be their project, their thing that they've been working on, the Ultimate Skrull. I know he's changed a bit over time, but I remember the first introduction of Super Skrull, he replicated all of the Fantastic Four's powers, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, I think you... Yeah, Kyle, do you know that at all?
Oh, I was gonna Google it, but it turns out
Yeah.
it just I don't know if this is showing up in my recording.
No, nothing. I don't see anything
totally
on your
was.
screen.
It was just my it was just like my Google just like popped up in the middle of the podcast. It's like
oh yeah. So the first no, I have Super Skrull up, and yeah, his Oh wow. Yeah. Oh wow. So I just read something good. Super Skrull is from the Skrull world of Tarnax 4,
right,
which has been destroyed by Galactus.
Right.
So,
and
I think Super Skrull is going to get introduced first, and then they're going to learn about Galactus through that. But either way, yeah. From what I remember, Super Skrull, and looking at the info on Wiki, just trying to go through it really quick, they gave him the powers of the Thing, Human Torch, Invisible Woman, and Mr. Fantastic. That's how he was first made. My idea, Fantastic Four movie, I don't think the powers might be replicant of the Fantastic Four. I think maybe Super Skrull is going to take powers from current MCU heroes and villains that we're seeing, and they're going to make a new version of it. But I'm excited for both of those things because of the lead up, and I'm excited to see Super Skrull. I think that's going to be the next villain for them. I think by the end of this phase, especially with Fantastic Four being introduced, I think the big, like the massive existential threat, like Thanos type villain, I think it's going to be Galactus. I think Galactus is going to be the next thing. You have Captain Marvel out in space doing her Space Force thing. You have the Guardians of the Galaxy out there. You have, Kyle mentioned it, the Eternals coming out. Like, the setup for their big next existential threat can be from space. Like, you have the Skrull invasion that they have to fuck with on Earth, and then by the time all of that's done, all of a sudden you see this giant fucking planet eater on his way to fuck them up, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah,
it kind of confirms that Galactus is already like in existence, and that we kind of know that. Except he just got beaten Fortnite, so I don't know what to tell you.
They just beat him in Fortnite.
Yeah.
Well, so I was reading about the Super Skrull because his planet was killed by Galactus. God, I think I need to rewatch Captain Marvel. But why were the Skrull running? Why were they hiding?
Shit. I don't really
What
know.
was it again? We can
'Cause,
cut this
like-
dead air out. We can cut this dead air out, right?
We don't have to, dog. We love to keep dead air, bro. We love to keep our brain farts and stuff. So I'm gonna. Why did the scroll come to Earth? Captain Marvel movie. Yay! This is the process.
Look at my. It's getting dark. Hold on.
Finding a new homeworld.
Yeah, and then so their enemies are the Kree, and I think that the Kree have invaded Earth as well, or will invade Earth, and I think I think they're preparing Earth for a Kree invasion, maybe. So Secret Invasion may be what that's about. And that's what I'm expecting it to be about. I also can imagine that we will have Fantastic Four somehow involved with that. Definitely. I would hope.
Yeah.
But a Kree invasion, I mean, that leads up to a lot of things, dude. There's so much in the mix here on such large scales, outside of the Earth scales. Like, so Eternals, right? Eternals is coming, and that's going to have some big information for the whole, like, universe building that they've done in we're going to see more about this universe than we think we have. Like, we think we've seen some shit from Marvel. We're about to see a whole lot more.
Yeah.
They're about to confirm a whole bunch of different stuff. We're about to see a whole bunch of different things. I'm also excited for Fantastic Four. It's one of the oldest running Marvel comics. And, like, the characters are just unbeatable. You can't go wrong unless you directed the last two movies. But practical effects-wise, the last two... You haven't seen Fantastic Four movies?
What Fantastic Four
You're right,
movie?
you're
I
right. I had a dream about them. I had a dream that in this alternate universe there were these awful Fantastic Four movies, but the practical effects were amazing, and Ironhead Studios did a fantastic job on those. And if they don't bring Ironhead Studios back for this one, I'm gonna come and shit on your doorstep because they did a fantastic job. And Silver Surfer, mwah, 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 so good.
Yeah.
Man.
I can honestly say the first two Fox movies were not bad. It was just the Josh Trank one.
Yeah.
For me, at least.
They just
like
they screwed
in
over.
hindsight, the first two movies were not that bad.
Yeah.
I think their pacing was a little. The first one wasn't too bad, but like
the Marvel
the one
wasn't
with the
established.
second one was like the second one's pacing was just weird to me. But
Yeah.
I think this is going to be the time. Fantastic Four is really going to we're going to see it get done right.
Now they'll be written around a bigger picture, and that's not what we had before. We're lucky that Hulk is even canon at this point. And we're gonna get She-Hulk, dude. Oh my god, I'm actually
Hulk's gonna be in
super
She-Hulk.
excited about She-Hulk. But for me, I want to tell you guys, out of every single one, Loki, I think, is what I'm most excited about, because I saw when he picked up that Tesseract, I saw a whole nother timeline created, and I can't wait to see if I was correct about all that. And I obviously am. I know I am, because I saw the commercial for it. If you guys haven't watched that, go check it out.
Yeah.
It picks up right off the last time you think you see Loki, and not when he's dead.
Was that Owen Wilson?
Yes, it was Owen Wilson, bro.
Who was he playing?
I don't know. No idea. But I would like my thoughts were like, oh wow, yeah, he reminds me of someone else. Wow. And then I was like,
I
wait a
haven't watched it. I have to watch it, dude.
Check it out.
I haven't
It's
seen it yet.
so
I'll check
fun.
it out. I think so. Yeah, this goes full circle again. Like, yeah, dude, look at Loki. They just opened up another timeline. Like, I don't know, dude. So this is my thoughts. We can wrap up soon because we're like getting into it. But there's other stuff from it that I'm excited. Like Ironheart looks like it's going to be really cool. I had a feeling Riri Williams was going to get introduced. We were going to have that whole universe established right there with Tony Stark being gone. I just,
Your mic.
there's so many. Oh wait, is it?
You're good
is
now.
it?
You're
Is it
good
okay now? I'm good.
You're good.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, there's a lot of cool stuff. Like, I'm also excited for Riri Williams as Ironheart. I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing where that goes. But just in general, like, my only thing now is, like, are there too many things, too many moving pieces going on now in the MCU?
Nah.
Because we're going to have Spider-Verse going on. Like, it's looking like we might have a Spider-Verse situation for Spider-Man 3, right?
Yeah.
And then we've got the multiverse being opened up and all over the place in Doctor Strange. Then we have the quantum realm and time travel and timelines in both Loki. Well, obviously more timelines in Loki, less quantum realm, but in Loki and Ant-Man and Wasp, like, and then the fucking scroll invasion. You feel me? Like,
Yeah,
do you think there's too many things now going on at once in the bigger scope of the MCU? Like, I think it's great that there's going to be TV shows to help expand upon it, but do you think the MCU now is going to? It's sort of like the way I look at Star Wars, and Star Wars is finally tidying it up and getting it back together. But like for a lot of the original Star Wars material, it's just like, oh yeah, there's this book about this, there's this book about that. Like there's all this great lore and all these things going on at once together, but there's so much that it's hard to keep track of and really understand going on. Do you think that the MCU might be headed in that direction because we have Spider-Man and potential Spider-Verse, we have WandaVision and multiverses being opened up, time travel, possibly Galactus, Skrull invasion? Like, what do you guys think?
I can speak as both like an avid like follower and as a casual, because when as avid followers like we all are, or fans, it's any sort of media, any sort of new thing is awesome. But when I showed my parents, like, yo, there's going to be a Loki TV show, a Miss Marvel TV show, there's going to be a Winter Soldier movie, my dad was like, why isn't it a movie? Why can't it just be a movie?
Yeah.
Like, they were overwhelmed by all these new TV shows and movies, on top of the movies and TV shows all together. It's like a lot for a casual viewer. Yeah.
You've got to really love it to watch all of it. But I also think this gives people an opportunity to diversify, choose what you like, and it'll also kind of reel you in with things because it's all going to be tied together somehow, some way.
Yeah.
And I think they all are going to focus on a lot of different things. I think WandaVision is going to be very, very deep in mental health, and I think that's something that people are going to really relate to as well as want to watch more of. There's going to be some movies where it's just going to be pure cinematics, and those are going to be mostly for the people who really, really enjoy it. So they're going to have a good balance of that, but we don't want to wait, and they have the capabilities of making stuff quick enough. We're willing to pay. So, they're going to do it. And as long as it doesn't matter how much they make, let's just hope they don't leave any like big critical flaw holes that end the universe.
Yeah. I think...
Right. Yeah.
I like what you all said. I just think my general thing, like Jeff really like kind of hit that with his parents and stuff. But like my biggest fear is like, think about Infinity War and Endgame. Yeah. Honestly, if you have not seen everything else in the MCU, those two movies aren't enjoyable and don't really make a lot of sense. The reason why those two movies had such a big impact was because the three of us, we've been watching MCU stuff, digesting it since the very start. Like, this is the big payoff. Yeah, this is the big payoff. So it's like, I'm worried, like, all these different TV shows, everything going on, it's going to be like, all right, this thing happens in Fantastic Four, the movie. But in order to understand it, you had to have watched, like, let's say a Super Skrull becomes a villain. You had to have watched Secret Invasion to understand that. And then it's like Doctor Strange, Multiverse and Madness. It already is going to be that, where if you really want to understand the bigger scope of it, you're probably going to have had to watch WandaVision. To understand Captain America's next arc, to understand Iron Man's next arc, you're going to have watched Winter Soldier. You're going to have watched Ironheart. Just like, I'm just hoping that with everything, like even with Spider-Verse, dude, like I feel like that movie, like people are hyped for it. But I think when it comes out, if it's Spider-Verse with all these different people, I think the only people that are going to really appreciate it are people like the three of us who watched Toby, who watched Andrew Garfield. Because the casual Spider-Man fan that's coming in is probably being like, holy shit, what the fuck is all of this? Like, I think the Spider-Verse cartoon movie did a good job because while it was a Spider-Verse movie, it was the story about Miles Morales.
Exactly. They didn't take
and it was easier to digest. We had all of this going on, but we understood it with the story of Miles Morales. With Spider-Man 3, with everything going on, maybe it'll still be the story of Peter Parker in, MCU universe, but who knows? Like, it's just, that's my biggest concern for the next couple phases of the MCU, that in order to really understand a lot of the bigger movies, you're going to have had to devote some time to like TV shows. Maybe not all of them, but like certain things. Like if the next Captain America movie comes out, if you really want to appreciate it, you're going to have watched Winter Soldier. and Falcon to really understand it. You know, if they make another, I mentioned it already before, but if they make another Iron Man movie, you're going to have watched Armor Wars, and you're going to have to watch Ironheart for the movie to make sense. I hope that's not the direction the MCU ends up taking, because I think their success and their draw was they've been able to draw people in that don't like, we fucking read the comics. We know Marvel. Like when we see movies, like, yeah, this is like in comics, but like they were able to pull people in that just don't read comics.
We're coming up on 1 hour and about 20 seconds, just to let you know.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up right
Awesome.
here. Yes, it's like they drew people in that generally wouldn't have given two shits about Marvel, but because it's such this big blockbuster movie, like they introduced superheroes to like the casual audience, like people who don't really care about comics and expanded stuff like that. The movies were their introduction in their way. That's why like people always get mad, like, oh man, it's not like the comic. This is different. This is like, I was like, it doesn't. They're gonna draw inspiration off of it, but the reason why it's not like the comic is for a lot of the audiences coming to watch this. This is the first time they're understanding Captain America. It's the first time they're understanding Iron Man. First time Guardians. First time this. So it's just they're gonna lose that audience in the next phase if everything has to be established and you have to have seen this and seen that to make everything understand. Because it's going to be like, well,
I guess we'll see.
I have to start reading comics now. Yeah,
they're pretty.
Yeah, that's just my piece. I just wanted to let that out because I'm happy that there's a lot of Marvel shit coming out, but I'm also concerned that we might get oversaturated. Because Jeff, we said this one time on a podcast. We look back at our history of movies, we're all like, holy shit, a majority of the movies we've digested have been Marvel films. Like, we've seen some other shit weaved in between, but a majority of the stuff we've watched for the last few years has just been Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Hi, Toto.
Yeah, so it's wild. It's wild. But that's pretty much it, y'all. Let us know what's is that cat butthole?
Hi, cat.
We almost got Toto butthole. That's Toto, everyone. Damn, Toto has a fluffy ass tail,
she has
dog.
The fluffiest tail, bro.
Tails. Kyle, Jeff, any last thoughts? Anything to add on to what I've said? Anything you wanted to bring about something last second with the shows, the movies, the announcements?
No, I just hope those of you guys who are watching the visual recording have enjoyed the windows popping in and out every once in a while, and I hope it's not too big of a deal. I hope you like the little Easter eggs I put out there for those of you guys who needed references while they were talking. And
have Spider-Man hentai too, right?
Yeah, there's definitely a rule for that, I think.
Rule 34, right?
Yeah. Don't look that up, kids. All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. I hope you guys are just as excited as we are about all these things coming out, all these exciting news, not just in the realm of Marvel and Star Wars, but just in the realm of everything. Video games.
Like your movie.
Like Sephiroth.
Movie.
Sephiroth and Smash Bros.
Yeah, so make sure to give these guys both likes and follows. Maybe even check out the channel's other videos and give us a like, subscribe, comment below, all that stuff. Do your thing. Love you all. And our links are in the description below. Anything else, guys?
Let's give Jeff the last word.
Go, Jeff.
Jeff, it's got to be deep, dog. You can't just say Happy New Year. It's got to be deep, bro.
Say something
I wish
deep.
you all happy holidays, and let's hope that this pandemic is almost over so we can all just be together as a family.
I like that. That was wholesome. I was expecting you to, like, when I said deep, some what if question about the universe, like what is the purpose of life?
He's like the ocean.
The ocean. What?
My asshole.
What?
My asshole.
Is that actually the intro, or are we still not recording?
Can you get a clip of yourself goat seeing the camera?
Goat seeing? We used to call it dead squirrel. I had a friend who, when he was a kid, he was on a web chat, and he was like, hey, you guys ever seen a dead squirrel? We're like, I mean, like on the side of the road, and he like stood up, turned around, tucked his junk between his legs, and bent over. And that's a dead squirrel, apparently. I've never, ever